Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. Just give me a one in the chat box if you can hear me and see my screen okay. You should be able to see the PPC Coach forums. Just let me know. I know there's still people coming in. It is, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody in Canada, because we have it early here because of the weather. I know the US is not for a while, but we had a big turkey dinner last night. It was awesome. So if you can hear me and see my screen, just give me a one in the chat box. Everybody good? Good, good. Awesome. All right, and second, let me know where you're at around the world. We'll see who the furthest away is today. So we had like, what do we have? India, Switzerland was far. We had Australia, a whole bunch of people in the US, a whole bunch of people in Canada. So we got Vancouver. Oh, we got the UK. There we go. Can hear but not see. Okay. Um, what are you seeing on your screen there? Let me see if I can get this. Everybody else good for being able to see? Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on. You're right. Good point. There. Hang on. Can you see it now? I forgot to share the screen. Good call, because I would have gone right into that. Okay, good. Sorry about that. My bad. Yeah, we had a big turkey dinner last night, and everybody after dinner was like kind of passed out, trying to, stay awake on the couch. But it was really good. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. We got basically three things we're going to cover here today. Number one is how much you can make. Number two is the two best types of emails we're going to be sending. And number three is how to set this all up properly. So I'm doing this a little bit different today. I'm not going to use any slides. I'm just going to go through and kind of walk through each section and demonstrate it. So when we're talking about how much you can make, we're going to be using two basic companies, so GearBubble and ShineOn. And in GearBubble, we can do a lot of different products. So this is the thing with your own email list, you're not limited to what you can do. You can actually do any of these products. You can make them and send them out to your list, and it works very, very well. Before I show you the products, I want to show you why email works. So I've showed this one before. This is a Star Wars shirt that I bought way back in, it was like 2015. And look at the emails they've sent me. 480 emails that this company has sent me since I bought my first t-shirt from them back in 2015. Just think about that. Like, they've been blasting emails forever, right up until the time that they actually got shut down by, I think, Disney, because these are knockoff shirts. Like, I don't suggest doing this, but I'm just saying that they did really well. So let's go into one. You might not even be able to see it, but the image was here of the shirt, and then it says buy now, and I can click it, but it'll go to a 404 page at this point. But so you do image shirt, image shirt, image shirt, image shirt, and that was it. It was like a holiday special. This was around Christmas time, and then they just kept going like throughout the whole year, just sending more and more and more. And I ended up buying multiple T-shirts off them. I'm just wondering if I can get maybe a newer one. So that was 480 emails that they sent me, and I probably bought about 4 or 5 shirts off this company because I really liked what they were sending me. So I never got off the list. And you can see sometimes they would email me like twice a day, and I wouldn't even care because they had like St. Patrick's Day, they had every single holiday they go through, everything, Christmas, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day. This was their last one in, I guess that's, yeah, December 5th of 2017 was their last one, probably right before Disney took them down. But you can see their emails got to the point where it was like a headline and then a subheadline, and then they would have the image of the shirt here. I don't know why. I think the images are gone. And then just a buy now button, like no other text, no other anything. And it worked because I obviously they knew that I liked these shirts, so they would keep sending me these. Sent 480, and I'm sure it would be even more had they not been taken down. I've got another one here too. So there's once COVID hit, this company. I'm just gonna find. Excuse me. So this company is like a big and tall store here in my city, and because I'm big and tall, so I gotta buy like the longer T-shirts and the you know pants and shorts and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna go through. I'm just clicking up here in the top right to show you how many emails they've sent me. And the dates. Okay, so 696 emails. The first one came out on October 18th, 2020, and that's 696 since then. That's nuts. So that's like, that's about a year, and they've sent me 696 emails. Sometimes they'll send 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day, but look at all their emails. Don't forget about me. Entire store, 30% off. Entire store sale. Your cart's still here. Mr. Big and Tall orders received. So there, I got one there. They got me. Then they're sending shipping status. But a lot of these are sales, 30 to 40% off. Your size, 30 to 40% off. Take 30, 40% off. Big savings, 30, 40% off everything. So if you notice, that this was pretty much when COVID hit, that this store had to shut down. So people could not go into the store anymore. And what they did, the owners were very smart, and they said, okay, well, we're not shutting down our business, like we're going to keep going. So they shifted all their marketing efforts to email, and amazingly, I bought so much stuff from this because it was in front of me. It's like email is like an ad on Facebook, except it's an ad for something that you already like and you already know, and it could be an ad for everything. So Facebook tries to figure out what people like and don't like. I'm just going to go here and do order. See if I can get this. There's my orders. Okay. They sent me 696 emails, and I bought, well, there's one, that's a status update, 2, 3 from them in a year. I bought 3 things, and these orders are not for one item. They're for multiple. So I bought 3 things off this company in the span of a year, off 696 emails sent. So there is zero doubt that this works. I do this in my own business too. With my PPC Coach site, you guys are on this webinar because you were on my email list. And you've been on a lot of webinars from me, a lot of you, because you're on my email list. So email is the absolute king of marketing. And I'm not sure why people sleep on it, and I'm not sure why people don't seem to care about it as much. But if you have an email list, you're going to, you will 100% succeed. So I think people say, well, with print on demand, I don't know how to build my email list because, say, I only make stuff for dogs. Well, you can still build an email list of dog owners, but why don't you go beyond that? Think of this politically. Let's say now in the U.S., right? Politics is huge. So if you can find a niche where people are super passionate about what they do, then it's very easy. So let's look at this. So there's basically 2 parties, right? Republicans, Democrats. So let's say within these parties, there's obviously men and women, and there's men and women, and the ages are what, like 18 to 99, 18 to 99, but that's where the similarities end. So now, I mean, within the Republican Party, how many are husbands, for example? How many are dads? How many are uncles? How many are wives? Within both parties, how many are moms? And how many are aunts? And then you can go like brothers, right? Sisters, everything in between, like stepbrother, stepsister. So what I'm getting at is this would be a niche. Within that niche, you have all these people, and they're men and women of that age. Within the Democrats, there's the same. There's people of all sorts of walks of life with all sorts of different interests and different things that they're into. But that doesn't matter. If I built one email list in this niche and one in this niche, I could sell anything to them. So I could go here. So think about this now. Let's go to Etsy real quick. And let's go to, type that in. Look at this. So let's say I have a list of Republicans. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of males on that list. There's females too. But if I send this out to my list, I could even send it to an Etsy store if I wanted, or I could send it direct to the platform. You're not just the mother of my children, but also the beat of my heart. You're not just the queen of this family. You're also the woman of my dreams. You're my everything, and I cherish your existence each second of the day. Love your husband. This one sold 30. So if we do our old Etsy math trick here, we'll assume maybe 10% left a review. 30 divided by 0.1, that's about 300 sales on this one. So if we have an email list of, say, I don't know, 50,000 Republicans or 50,000 Democrats, and we emailed them this, do you think there's some husbands on that list? Do you think there's some wives on that list? 100% there is. Now, how much can we make for that? Well, they're charging, this is, they switch it to Canadian on me. I think they did. Yeah, they did. So let's go and see how much can be made off this. So if we go to Shine On, and you can go to the inventory section on the platform, and let's go down to message card, which is right, that's dog tag, dragonfly, circle, forever love, heart, upload. Well, which one is this? Hang on. So this is their circle thing. Trying to find it. Mangle, keychain, swivel, double heart, screwdriver, infinity. That's not it. Trying to find it. Where are you? Anchor, circle, cross. Infinity heart. That's not it, is it? No. Interlocking heart, scripted love. I know it's here somewhere, and I'm having a brain fart because I can't find it. Is that Alluring Beauty? I think it's this one, but I can't really zoom in. Anyway, here's the base cost of that, $13.20. So this is, I think it's the Alluring Beauty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the base cost of that is $13.20, and this is US dollars. So let's go take that, take what they're charging. I got to convert that to American. So let's go that. CAD to USD. So they're charging $38.52. 38.52 minus 13.20. So they make $25 every time they get a sale on that. Multiply that by about 300 sales. That's about 7,500 bucks right there. So this is good. This is good research. So let's go create a little sheet. Let's say, okay, product, retail, base, profit. So the product is that you Shine On. I believe it's Alluring Beauty. I could be wrong. Retail was what, 38.52, and I would sell it for even more, honestly. I would sell that for $49.99. Base cost is $13.20. Profit is that minus that, and let's go sales. Let's go total profit. So let's say you got 300 sales. So then we'll go that times that. There you go. Just to make this look pretty. Make that white, make that black. There. So that's a message card from Shine On. And if we had an email list, we could email that. We wouldn't need to use ads. Okay. And we could make, well, in this case, that Etsy shop has made, I'm going to guess 300 sales on that. That's about 7,500 profit. And do you notice I didn't put in ad costs in here? Because there isn't any. Because our email list is something that we can continually email to basically for free. We have to pay the cost of the email service that we use. But my service with like, I think there's 10,000 people on my list because I vet my list all the time. I clean it up. I think I pay about $70 a month for my list with MailChimp. 78 something, 78.22, I think. So I pay like $78 a month, but throughout that month, I make a lot of money from my list, like actually more than the normal spread because it's such a niche down thing. So the rule of thumb is it's basically $1 for every subscriber on your list. So if you have 5,000 subscribers, that means over the long haul, you're going to make about $5,000 a month off that email list. The more people you have on it, the better, as long as it's not a bunch of junk people in there. So there's some tricks and tips you have to do too. For example, you don't want to add in people from like Nigeria, just because they have a lot of people. That's where a lot of those they just don't buy, and they have a lot of people that just click on ads all the time. Like click farms are there. Same with India too. Unfortunately, you're not really going to sell as much there. Plus, they have a whole bunch of different issues with payment processors as well. So that's just one example. Okay, so let's go look at another one back here. Let's say instead you don't want to do jewelry, but you want to do like a coffee mug. So you go, okay, let's go to Gear Bubble and let's sell a coffee mug. So if we price that at $19.95 for a mug, profit per sale is $15. So let's go back here and let's say Gear Bubble. Coffee mug. So if we go $19.95, and I'm not including fees or anything from Etsy because you don't even have to use Etsy. You could use this direct. And let's just copy this. Let's say we sell like 500 coffee mugs on our profit. Another 7,500. Excuse me. So with just two different products, we're already at, let's do a running total here. Let's put it right like here. So let's go sum of this column. So we're already at $15,096. That's just on 300 sales of that and 500 of that. So let's say you don't want to do that. Well, let's go to Etsy and look too. Because there's a ton of Gear Bubble mugs on here. Funny dog mom coffee mug. Here's one. I'm pretty sure this is Gear Bubble. Well, here's another one. Cup of coffee. I don't think that's Gear Bubble though. One splash of no one cares. The dash kiss my ass. That's fuck you. Pigeon blow me. Oh my god. Okay, so try and advertise that one on Facebook. Like, good luck. Try and advertise this coffee mug anywhere. You can't. I mean, you can send that to your list, and you're gonna get some people that complain. So there's a lady on my list right now that lectures me every time I curse in an email. But I mean, you're not gonna get banned for it. So imagine trying to sell that. Jesus. Okay, so proud mom of a dog that sometimes is an asshole. Even this one, you cannot sell this on. I don't think this is Gear Bubble. It might be. The price is just too low. Proud mom, an asshole dog. So we could do something like this. We could sell it on Gear Bubble, and then we could just email our list and send them right to the platform. So this is my dummy account, so I can show you this. This is one I use for training only. It's not my main account. So if we go here, and I've got to my wife, here's one, like a fishing one, of all the fish in the sea, wishbone necklace. So if I have an email list, I can send them right here. I don't even have to use Etsy or anything. And so I create the product on Gear Bubble. I send them here. Then they could do like the gift wrap, upsell, buy it now. Look at that. I'm priced at $79.95 plus the $7.95 and the cost of that one. I'll show you here. That is a message card. Precious jewelry. Just getting the base cost. So let me pull this over here. So $59.95 minus 45. So the cost is of that sunflower one is $14.95. So if I go here and I say, okay, I want to sell a Gear Bubble sunflower message card, and I know that I'm selling it for $79.95, and I know the cost is $14.95. Then look at this. All of a sudden, say I only sell 100 of them. My profit's $65 per sale. Sell 100, that's $6,500. Now look what I'm up to. Think of this as like a month with an email list. Like, it's just amazing the amount of money you can make. Let's do one last one. I just want to find candles. Who is it now? I can't remember the supplier, but Gear Bubble offers these. I think it's custom happy, but again, I could be wrong. So that one's at 18. This one's at 5.95. I don't know how these people are making any money. I don't know if this is a loss leader to build an email list, which is a technique you can use where you offer something so cheap just to get people in. And then once they're on your list, you can sell to them multiple times. Because think about it, that big and tall company, they emailed me 696 times in a year. And I've bought 3 things, and those 3 things are worth probably $150, $200 per order. So I've spent about $450 to $600 on that company that they made for me without doing any more marketing at all. As well, look at this, 375. What is going on? So the Ranch Candle Company, that's got to be a loss leader. I've never seen a candle that cheap. Bestseller, I guess so. 37. Okay. So here's a technique you could do. So my last, fuck, oh look, it's on fire. Burn picture. Wow. The Raunchy Candle Company, hand poured by soy candle. Some. Okay. So this one. Say we want to build an email list, and we're like, I don't know how to build it. What do I do? Well, you you could run ads to this. Actually, you can't run ads to this. You can create a list in your niche where you give something away, or you well, the techniques you use to build a list are kind of the secret sauce of the training. But on your list, say this is your front, and maybe you're using organic methods instead of paid. So I could create a, if it's raunchy candles, maybe I could create a Facebook page or a YouTube channel, and I could call it like, or a TikTok thing where all I do is like funny jokes and maybe dirty jokes. And I create a list of people and I say, hey, want a dirty joke sent to your inbox every day? Join our list. Or want our top 5 dirty jokes sent to your inbox every week? And people subscribe. And then when they subscribe to that to get the dirty jokes every week, I also email them products in between. So this is the whole kind of strategy that we're going to be using. So if I wanted to do that, I could also, just to get people in a buying mood, one of the first ones I could say when they subscribe to my list is I could say, okay, this is regularly $20, but we're knocking it down to $3.75 for you right now as a thank you for subscribing to my list. And then they buy it, and boom, I made money right away. Even, well, you got to make more than the base cost. I think this is what I don't get. So $3.75. If I go to launch a candle on Gearbubble, let's go back here. There's no way they're making money on this. Yeah, like it's, so the base cost well, if I charge $19.95, it's a $10 profit per sale, so that's $9.95. So this guy at $3.75, if he were doing this on Gearbubble, he'd be losing big time. But you can lose money in the front in order to make money in the end as well. So candle, that's weird. I've never seen candles so cheap. $13.95, 12. I guess that's a big one. Oh my God. Wow. There's one, 25. Light when Michael farts. 16.5 ounce hand poured soy candle. Wow. Interesting. Oh dear. Holy cow. Etsy, what are you doing? I said funny candle, not like Branch City. Jeez. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm going to get an email from that lady who gets offended every time I swear. So anyway, there's like 3 products. If you had a list of like even, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 people, and you just emailed a product a day, you would be getting sales and you would be making money. That's the whole point of that whole thing. So I'm going to move on to the next part, which is the 2 best types of emails to send. And I'm going to show you right here. So just to keep it super simple. Number 1 is your auto sequence. So this is something that you plan in advance, and I'm going to show you the auto sequence. These guys have me on an auto sequence. So it's not some guy sitting there at a computer. Look at, there's 2 more that came in as we're speaking. So they sent 1, the 10th, and then 8 o'clock. Well, let's see what they got. Free shipping alert. Mr. Big and Tall, free shipping on everything. Happy Thanksgiving. So timely, because it's Thanksgiving here. Shop your size, shop your waist size. 30% off jeans, clearance, $19.99 to $29.99. And then some cancer thing too. Win a $2,500 wardrobe. Like, these guys are going nuts with their email marketing, and I love it. I love it. I'll get another one from them too, probably later on today, I bet. So this type of email that they're sending is called an auto sequence. So they basically sit down before you even get on the list. They already have this in place. So when I join the list, I just get put into the sequence, and the sequence just means it's kind of like a computer program. So I program email 1 to go out like 1 day from when they subscribed, and that email will be set up in advance, and it will say exactly what I want it to say, and then I can set it to say, okay, send email 2 1 day after email 1, send email 3 1 day after the previous email, send email 4 1 day after the previous email, and I can set up my auto sequence ahead of time. So the auto sequence setup can take quite a while to do, but once you do it, you never have to do it again. And everybody who comes into the sequence brand new, they go through the exact same sequence that everybody else before them did. So it's all automated. But I mean, the setup is the hard part because you have to come up with all these emails to do it. So there's a nice way to get around that. When you think email, like, I'll just click anyone. You don't have to do all these fancy graphics. You can, but you don't have to. Like I showed in the Star Wars one, they just did like an image, and then they did a button, image, button, image, button. But it could even be just one product a day. It could be that you offer a sale on that product. It could be a coupon code that you send. It could be anything. The auto sequence is built in advance, and the auto sequence is like your cash cow. That's your automated money that's going to come in every single day. Basically, you're going to be making sales. So the hardest part of this whole email thing is building up the list. But once you have the list built up, monetizing the list is actually really easy. So that's your first one. Number 2 is holiday sales. So you're going to have an auto sequence. Did I spell that right? Horrible for spelling. It's also Monday morning, and we just had Christmas dinner, or Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I spelled that right. Why did I look wrong? No, I just spelled it wrong. W. There. So you got your auto sequence, which is your every day it's going out to new people that join the list. They get put into the sequence at the start, and it will just go through automatically. Then holiday sales. So right now we're coming up on, Thanksgiving here in Canada, but as well, so they sent me a Thanksgiving email, and they had an auto sequence set up. This could be an email blast instead of part of the auto sequence. So your auto sequence and your sales, your holiday sales emails, the two different types, they can exist on the same list. So your auto sequence is kind of your set and forget, and it just goes out all the time. And there's like sales or coupons, or not even sales, or maybe you're just like, this product's selling really well. I think you'd like it. Here you go. Here's a picture. Buy now. That type of thing. But on top of that, you can do like an email blast whenever you want. So I can go in and I can schedule, say, over Thanksgiving weekend, I could schedule like 4 or 5 emails to go out, and they would exist on top of my auto sequence. So what Mr. Big and Tall did is they said, okay, it's Thanksgiving weekend in Canada, so we're going to make sure that we send out a Thanksgiving sale email sequence, or not sequence, email blast. So I can schedule this blast at any time. I could even send it in real time. If I have something come up like, oh no, the store went down, I could send out an email saying, hey, we're just down temporarily, and I could send that out right now in real time. Or on all this email software, I could say, I want to schedule this, not store went down, but my Thanksgiving one, I want to send this on this date, and then I want to send another reminder email, and then I want to send 3 emails on the closing date of the sale. And then I could create a coupon code that actually expires by a certain date so that it is legit. So when they click on it later, the coupon code won't work, right? And then for Christmas, I can do that. For Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I can do that. For New Year's, I can have a sale. For Mother's Day, for Father's Day, for Valentine's Day, for my birthday, happy birthday sale. For anniversary of joining the list, I could have an auto sequence set up. So I know it's 1 year from the day they joined. I send them a nice coupon code for like 50% off anything in my store. or 50% off this product. Like, that's the thing. You don't even have to have a store to do this. You could just use these platforms and have all your products on there, and your emails just go direct to the platform. Or if you have an Etsy store, you can send them to your store and you can create coupons on your store. There's just an unlimited way to do this. So the two main types that we're going to be sending is the auto sequence, which takes the most amount of time to build, and then the holiday sales, which are year round. Like there's the same holidays happen year round, like Martin Luther King Day or whatever day you want to pick, Labor Day, back to school sale, Halloween sale, all the holidays, St. Patrick's Day sale. You saw in the Star Wars one, they did a whole bunch of St. Patrick's Day T-shirts with the Star Wars theme. They're actually really funny, and they would send those out to people who bought Star Wars shirts in the past. So there's, I know I'm covering a lot of ground here, but I just wanted to get the wheels spinning in your head on how creative you can be with this stuff. And once you have that list built up, then monetizing it, you can make really, really big money. And there's not I don't know of a single guy online who doesn't use his list all the time to augment his ads. So especially over the past, like, I would say 10 months, like, Facebook ads have been crap. And I know some people will argue with me, no, they're not, they're great. I'm like, no, I do this for a living. I know they're crap. I'm calling a spade a spade. They're shit. So if I didn't have my email list and my different segments, in my different niches, I'd be dead, because you can rely on your email all the time. You own it. It's your asset. You don't have to worry about anybody disapproving anything or any bots removing your ad account or anything like that. Once you build up this asset, it's yours, and you can monetize it over and over and over and over. So it's kind of a boring topic when people say, oh, build an email list, and they snooze on it. But at the end, the profitability is there. So now the last thing I'm going to talk about is how do you set this up properly? Well, that's what I'm doing on the next challenge on my forums. So a lot of you are already in there. So that's my forums. These are the group coaching forums. And we're just finishing up the Etsy. It should have been like fishing, not birthdays, but this is the next one coming up, the email list challenge. So we're going to cover the auto sequence. We're going to cover the sales sequence. And we're also going to cover how to build the list, because that's really the hardest part, is building that list. Because do you do it with ads? Do you give stuff away? Do you do it organically? How do you build up that sucker to a big level? Do you run contests? Like, there's so many different ways to build an email list. In fact, we go here, you'll get a million results here from all these different companies too. You know, enticing content upgrades, exit intent pops, fully or partially gated content, squeeze pages, loyalty and referral programs, discounts, exclusive notifications, social medias. From a marketing point of view, you can be running ads. You could create a YouTube channel, and on your description, you could have a little link that goes to an opt-in form where they can join your list. All of these companies have all of these ideas, and there's a million different ways to do it. But I'm going to show you my favorite in order to get into something like a brand new list for you. And just go back to kind of this. You want passionate. So I would say the most passionate thing you could possibly be in is politics. And if you're a diehard Republican, well, build a list of your people. If you're a diehard Democrat, build a list of your people and market stuff to them. Why not? If you're into fishing, build a list of guys into fishing or gals into fishing. If you're into snowboarding, build a list of snowboarders and sell them stuff that's related to that. So that's the thing too. Let's say I'm into fishing and I want to sell that message card, or that this candle or this coffee mug or this message card to my list of people who are in the fishing niche. Can I do that? Absolutely I can, because the niche is fishing, but it doesn't mean every single thing I do has to be fishing related, because that person also has other interests, and that person may have a wife. And if they have a wife, they might buy my message card for them. Or if they are a wife, they might be to say to their husband, like, this is really pretty, I want you to buy this for me. Like, that can happen, and it does happen. So the secret sauce is in the details, and that's what we're going to be covering on the forums. So let me show you this last thing. If you want to join, if you're already a member, you're going to get this, but if you want to join, go to ppc-coach.com/trial, and this is the page. Comes up. I'm not sure why it's loading so slow. So you want to learn how to build your email list to sell any print-on-demand products you want. Like basically, I'm going to show you the auto sequence. I'm going to show you the sales sequence. I'm going to show you how to build it. This is where you go. So join here. If you're a current member, you can log in and you'll get access to the forums. But there's like a little intro video there. It's just, this is my group coaching. So this is what I do a lot. There's the email list challenge is the next one. Then after that, we're going to hop into the Christmas challenge #1, Christmas challenge #2. And the challenge system is something that I came up with a couple of years ago. Just it's basically 3 live training sessions, and at the end of each training session, there's a little bit of homework, and then I also run an implementation week now as well. So you get in, you get all the training. It's over the shoulder. You watch me on the dashboard doing exactly what the challenge is about. And the whole point of everything is to get you from maybe you're not making much money online to actually making some money online. That's the whole point of my forums. I mean, the print on demand avenue that we take is a route that I take because I know it very well. I know how to create all this stuff. I know how to tie all the pieces together of the puzzle. But I mean, the ultimate goal is to take you from point A to point B. We have to bridge the gap. So if you've tried Facebook ads in the past, if you tried any type of ads like YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, whatever you tried to do to run ads to your products and it wasn't working, I can tell you that building an email list will definitely work. And there are even ways to build like an email list off of your Etsy shop as well. So Etsy is something that I kind of was forced to get into quite a bit because Facebook ads tanked. So I had to adjust, adapt, and move forward. Going forward for 2022 and beyond, my sole purpose, my sole focus with all my print on demand stuff is going to be building up my lists as big as I can because it just smooths you through any rough patches. And when you have sales coming in and you're like, I didn't even run an ad and I got a whole bunch of sales here, it's a really, really good feeling. Like it is I don't think there's much that beats it. So this asset that we need, this email list asset, if you don't have one and you haven't experienced that yet, man, then you need to be on this challenge. The next one coming up, and it starts on, well, when the timer expires, but Thursday is going to be the first training at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So when this timer goes down, and when you click join now, just go to the page. So you fill this out. There's another timer. I hope that matches. Yeah, it does. So when this ends, then the doors close and you can't get in anymore. And it'll go to a waiting list page, and then it'll basically be for the next challenge next month. So that's the whole gist. So just to summarize, what we talked about today is, and I did this a little bit different. Usually I'll do a bunch of slides, but I wanted to do something different. So how much you can make, 2 best types of emails to send, and how to set this all up properly. So, I mean, the end part, how to set this all up properly, is to get some help and let me train you on how to do that. Because there is so much that we have to cover on how to build that list and then how to build those sequences and what to say in the emails and the right format of emails to send and how to program the email blast and how to schedule them on top of your auto sequence. So there's a lot of moving parts that we got to tie together. The good part is I've been doing this for a long time, since 2007. So I'm really good at it and I want to help you. So I hate it. I hate seeing people struggle. I don't like it. And I think lately the people that have struggled the most are the ones that have tried to run ads because it's not the same as it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It's a lot harder now. I would say borderline. You're going to run a loss on the front end when you're running ads. But if you're running ads to build an email list and you're like quote unquote losing money to build your list, you're actually going to make that money back over the lifetime of the customer because they are going to make multiple purchases from you over time. So it doesn't mean that every single email you send out, you automatically get a sale and repeat sales. It's just because you have so many people that you're marketing to, it's going to be more consistent too. So with the Facebook ads, for example, you go on a roller coaster. You do a launch and it starts doing well, so you start scaling. But as you scale, your ROI actually drops quite a bit because Facebook doesn't know how to scale properly. Facebook is there's like a segment between starting out and like super scaling on Facebook where everything just flops. So you start out, you scale. If you can make it through the kind of intermittent phase, to get to like the super scaling phase where you're spending like 5,000 a day, then it'll do really well. But you see a lot of guys and a lot of techniques are with Facebook ads now are I launch a campaign and then I kill it. And then I launch another one, then I kill it. And I launch another one, then I kill it. Like you can't live like that. You can't be tied to your computer all day. That's not what we're trying to do here. Building an email list will give you freedom. It'll give you freedom and it'll give you profits on a consistent basis. So if you haven't taken this route yet, I encourage you to join the group coaching forum so I can show you how. Okay, so that's my pitch. I'm not going to keep you guys all day, but if you do have any questions, I will take some here. I'm just going to go to questions and then we'll close it off. Here, but not see. Oh no, we fixed that. You guys can see like the checkout page right now, right? I hope I didn't do that whole thing. Couldn't see anything. Yeah, okay, good. How do you get valid emails if you don't have them? That's kind of what this whole training is about. The hardest part is getting the emails. So you have to have a strategy in order to get those emails. So you can take the ad route to get emails, or you can take the free route. So both routes mean you have to offer them something up front to get their email address. So there is a whole bunch of different strategies. There's a whole bunch of techniques that you can use. Like I said here on how to build an email list, you can go to YouTube too, and you can find a million different ways to build it. Some of them work, some of them don't. Some are very quick, some are slow. But as an example, let's go like this. Example, only because I Googled this before. Starting from scratch, there's one. Well, ClickFunnels, I mean, this whole company. This wasn't the one I was looking for, but there's a million articles on it. So choose a traffic source. Yep. Are you going to run ads? Are you going to do free? Create an opt-in. So this is something, we don't need ClickFunnels for this, but of course they're pushing ClickFunnels. It's a funnel that you're going to use. It's going to be an opt-in page. There's going to be a thank you page. And on the thank you page is where you're actually going to have an offer, your first offer. So that's how I do it so that I can monetize my list. So I might put together, just thinking back to our example, let's say I want to do a political list. I'm not going to pick a side because I don't care. I'm Canadian too, and politically, it doesn't matter to me. But, and I know everybody's on a different side, so I'm not going to pick one. But let's say I wanted to do a political list. So I would pick a side, and then I would make like some topic, some little guide, some little cheat sheet, some little anything, some funny thing that I want to give away in that list. So instead of political, let's go with like jokes. So let's say I want to make a list of like top 5 weekly dirty jokes list. So my kind of opt-in form would say subscribe to our top 5 weekly dirty joke list. They'd enter their email, hit submit, they go to a thank you page. On that thank you page, I'd say thanks for subscribing. Each week we'll send you our top 5 dirty jokes. Oh, by the way, check this out too. And then I might say this one. Here's a candle we found that we thought was pretty awesome. Picture and a buy now button. So I just monetized my list right away, even on the startup. So how do I advertise that? Well, I can use ads to advertise my dirty joke list, or I can use organic methods to get people onto my dirty joke list. So I'm going to teach both real quick in the training, because building that list, it really is the hardest part by far. But once you do get over that initial buildup, it works really, really well. And then the key is you don't ever stop building your list. You just keep it going always. You want to constantly add new people because there will be people on your list that just don't respond to anything, don't open anything. And with the email software that we use, you can actually see and you can clean your list. So you can remove people that are inactive, which will save you money because you're not sending emails to people who never respond to anything. So they know, like the email programs actually track clicks. So I can run a report and I can say, show me everybody who has not clicked on anything in the past 3 months. And then I can take those emails and I can remove them from my list. So this cleans my list to only people who are clicking, which means that when I send out a blast or an auto sequence to my email, my open rate, which is the people who actually open the email, will go up. And that means that my overall results are going to be better. My delivery rate is going to be higher, my open rate's higher, and ultimately my profits are going to be higher. So there's a whole industry built around like email marketing, and I think the print on demand business has been lagging behind it because nobody talks about it. With print on demand, everybody wants that instant gratification. So I set up an ad, somebody bought it, I'm done. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. If you want to have real, consistent, long-term success, you simply have to do more than just the impulse buy. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're teaching. That's what I'm going to be leaning heavily into, basically in 2022 for everybody as well, because the benefits are huge. Question: do you use Mailchimp or Klaviyo? Klaviyo? I can't remember how to pronounce that. I use Mailchimp for mine. Now Mailchimp used to hook into Shopify nicely, but now they don't because Mailchimp actually came out with their own e-commerce solution. So Shopify cut them off like a year ago. I remember there was a big hubbub about it. Klaviyo is really good because it hooks into Shopify and it can show you the revenue that's generated from the emails. So that's nice, but it's super expensive as well. So when you're starting out, I mean, they're both good. You can't really go wrong with an email system. There are delivery rates on a lot of these. There was a thing I found on, delivery comparison. So this means like, is your email going to end up in the promo tab or not? There's something I found. Best email, 15. There's one that had a nice chart. Yeah, well, best email, active campaign, MailerLite, send in blue, get response, MailChimp. I like MailChimp. I've used get response. I've used Aweber. I've used MailerLite. I really like MailerLite too, actually. They don't have everything in here. No, this isn't it. But there is delivery issues with some of these. But think about this. So they're number 15. That figures. They're super expensive. Email marketing old timer. Nice. If there is 15 email companies out there, do you know why? Because the market exists and it's super profitable. So that's why there's so many companies and software services that are offering email lists and sequences and all that good stuff that we're going to use. I actually do like MailerLite quite a bit too. It's cheaper and it's got a lot of features that MailChimp doesn't have. But yeah, I might lean into MailerLite too. I'm not sure. But Klaviyo isn't even on this list because Klaviyo is basically tied right into Shopify. So this is the more generic one. If we go here, they're good, but they're super expensive. And by the way, anytime you see a site that says request a demo, it's usually because they're so expensive that they have to show it to you. So let's say I have, oh, it's cool. $100 a month, 5,000. That's not bad. Estimate the ROI you can get. Yeah. So this is great, and you can do everything that I just talked about in here too. This is more tied to your Shopify store though, and we don't even need a Shopify store to do this. We don't need any store. We don't want one. We could just create products on the platforms, send emails right there, or we can create stores on the platforms now too for free. So that's a nice way to do it as well. Does Klaviyo have better delivery than the others? That's what I was looking for, the delivery comparison. Plus, I don't know how accurate these are. Because you'll see somebody will make an article about how theirs is better than the others. Delivery issues. Yeah, so you'll read this and then be like, oh, I don't want to use them then. Delivery best part. I got to find that chart. There was a chart that compared all the services and the deliverability. But the problem with that chart was it was on an affiliate site. So the guys that put the chart together were basically promoting the product that paid them the most as the top one. So are we ever going to get accurate numbers? I don't know. So do they deliver better? I honestly don't know. I don't think anybody really knows because nobody will give the actual real numbers here. And to get an unbiased opinion is very difficult. But if you go deliverability or best, wish I could find that. It's probably old. Oh no, that's not old. Benchmark, active, benchmark, constant. They're not even in here. It's hard to get the stats because they're so niche down that they don't, all these bloggers and all that, they don't even look at it. You have to find a Shopify guy who actually used all the other ones as well. I mean, I use MailChimp, and look at that, it's like red here, according to this. For a kit. Where's MailerLite? I think, yeah, even that is low. Well, no, those are greens. Red, red. Yeah. You can drive yourself nuts if you overanalyze too much, but you do want something that's solid. You don't want anything that has big time issues. Like this one looks pretty low. I don't even know what this is. Benchmark. But it looks like their lowest one. Not tested. Well, that's helpful. Why even put it in there? Overall average. Yeah, and that's the other thing. So you have, say, an email list of 10,000 and you send an email out. Maybe 20% will open it. So now you're down to 2,000 people that looked at it, and maybe 2% will actually buy something, or 1% will actually buy something. So now your numbers drop even more. So that 10,000 email went out, but only 2,000 opened it, and then maybe only like 3 or 4 people actually bought something. But that's daily, right? So there we go. Is it true you cannot email affiliate offers with Klaviyo? I don't know. I don't use them, so I'm not sure. I know I got in trouble one time with Aweber because they said I was emailing affiliate offers, but it was actually my PPC Coach list, and it was for my own product. So they actually booted me off the platform, and then they took me back because I said, no, that's my product. But I know a lot of these places, they don't like affiliate marketing, which is where you're selling somebody else's product for a commission. Print on demand is a little bit different. I don't think they've caught on to that you're actually, when there's a physical product involved, it's not affiliate marketing anymore. When it's affiliate marketing, it's like, well, no, you can do affiliate marketing for physical products too. Yeah, a lot of these companies don't like affiliate marketers, though, mainly because they make huge promises and they never deliver. So an affiliate marketer, for example, is somebody who finds like a giant make money online program, like maybe that John Christiani guy who's like just screams like scammer vibe when you watch any of his videos or anything. And his whole program is based on teaching you how to sell his program to other people. So it's like a kind of like a pyramid scheme, like an MLM thing. And the guy just looks like he's, oh my God. Anyway, so if you're trying to email his offer, uh, most email services don't like it because they get complaints. And when email hosts get complaints, then their deliverability goes down overall. So yeah, it's a whole, affiliate marketing is not something I'd recommend really doing with this. And believe me, like back when I started PPC Coach, we were all affiliate marketing. We were 100%, and we would run ads to affiliate offers. And now even all the ad platforms don't really like affiliate offers. So you gotta, there's another guy. Shoot, I can't remember his name, but he teaches how to run like Facebook ads to ClickBank offers, and his whole program, like the bulk of it, is how to get new Facebook ad accounts when you get banned. So it's like, if your business model is built on getting banned and having to get more accounts, that's not a good thing. That's not really good at all. Like that means nobody likes it. And they don't like it because the email, like companies like MailChimp will get complaints, and when they get enough complaints about your account, they're going to boot you off the system. So that's not a good thing. All right, I'm going to close it with that. Go here, ppccoach.com/trial. Get in on this one because we're going to build a list. If you've been struggling before, let's fix that. Let's build you up a list so that you're not anymore. The doors are closing, like this timer says, but you can get in for $1 right now, and then it converts to $49.99 a month. Cancel at any time. But within the forums themselves, you can see when you join, you get access to all these other 25 completed challenges now, too, going all the way back to September 2019. There is Facebook ad training in here. There's YouTube ad. There's Shine On. There's Gear Bubble. There's coffee mugs. There's message cards. There's necklaces. There is even more, some stuff I forgot about. But there's Google ads. There's YouTube ads. There's everything within here. And if you're thinking, well, how do I go through and see all that stuff? Well, you go here. There's a welcome to the forums. Read me first. In here, it's where's the training, table of contents, and the current one. Actually, I'll update this today to the current one. Table of contents, what was in each challenge to give you an idea, and a link to it. So the Valentine's Day challenge from there, you can click on it. I'll just open that in a new window. And here it is. So you get all this training in each one. And then these are the live training replays. This one was on Valentine's Day necklaces for fiancés using Facebook ads in that case. So I mean, there's not another thing out there that offers more value for the buck than my forums, my group coaching forums. I'll go up against anybody. St. Patrick's Day, Mother's Day 2, Father's Day. We did hats in the Facebook Marketplace. Etsy and China on Etsy and watches, wedding gifts. I got to update this too because there's 24 and 25 to go in there. Anyway, tons of value, plus the free training. The replays, the nice part is it's a lot of people in here that are actually they're in your shoes, so they speak your language, so they know what you're talking about. So if you don't have to go at this alone. So if you've ever tried to speak to your spouse or partner about print on demand and trying to make money online, you'll see them just their eyes will roll into the back of their heads because they have no idea what you're talking about. Well, we do know what you're talking about here, and we'll help you get through it, and we'll help you get to success to the point where your spouse or your partner or whatever, they're like, what the hell are you doing? Like they're going to start asking you that instead of go get a job or give it up or whatever they say when they don't understand what you're trying to accomplish. All right, I'm going to close with that. We don't have any more questions. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it, everybody. Have a great day, and let's build up those email lists, and I'd love to help you. So just go here and join. We'll see you soon. Thanks again.